of small business owners have heard of the profit strategy, but this strategy alone will not get you paid, nor will it solve your financial woes. And in fact, if not implemented correctly, this strategy can be a huge headache and cost you tons on the bookkeeping front. But when you combined the profit first strategy, which was written by Mike McCallitz, in conjunction with a profit planning strategy, you will now run a profitable business that ensures you are getting paid and setting aside enough money for taxes. Oh, and your business isn't running like a cash-eating cow. It's true. Keep watching to find out how to confidently save for taxes, pay yourself the big bucks, and run a business that's based on your priorities and not everyone else's. Plus, if you stay with me till the end, I'll give you all the details on how you can use our plug-and-play template that ensures our clients are taking home maximum dollars. But first, be sure to tap that subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you get more profit out of your small business and start loving your business. Hey friend, welcome to the neighborhood. If you're new here, I'm Cheryl. My business partner Katrina and I help small business owners like you turn more of your revenue into profit so you can successfully fund your dreams and finance your future. I'm going to pull back the curtain and tell you about a client of ours, Sarah. She owns a cleaning business, and when she came into our world, she had read the Profit First book. She had all the bank accounts, 5 to be exact, but her personal account still was not growing. And let's be real, you did not create this business to pay everyone else. She was in a kerfuffle. Yes, a kerfuffle. She didn't have a financial strategy on how to use those dollars that were coming into her business. She didn't know what to pay herself, what to save for taxes, or how much money to actually run her business off of. Now, even though she had the 5 bank accounts that Profit First strategy recommends, it still wasn't working for her. And that's the issue. The problem is the Profit First strategy alone is not going to solve your financial woes. Opening up more bank accounts according to the Profit First strategy isn't the answer. Rather, the magic happens when you combine a profit planning strategy with the Profit First strategy. And did you know that the Profit First strategy is just a fancy terminology for cash management? Anyhow, the combination of a profit planning strategy and the Profit First strategy is critical if you want to confidently save for taxes, build up your personal bank account with a paycheck, and if you want to run your business based on your priorities. All right, let's dive in. The first thing you have to do is not implement the Profit First strategy. The first thing you have to do is create a profit plan. I often say, stop hoping for profit and start planning for it. So how do you actually use that? You are going to estimate your revenue and you're going to allocate your expenses. And the remainder funds is what you're going to pay yourself, set aside for taxes, and save for business savings or profit. Now, I like to flip that around. In truth, I like to predict my revenue, pay out myself, save for tax, but that's more advanced. In the beginning, I just want you to create this plan because basically the Profit First strategy is telling you to put a percentage of your money into these bank accounts. How do you know confidently how much money you should be putting aside based on your priorities if you don't plan for profit? So step 1 in this is you have to plan for profit. The key when you're planning for profit is you need to use real numbers and not goal numbers, right? And what do I mean by that? You can defend the amount of revenue you're predicting you're going to have over the next 12 months. Why can you predict that? Because you're going off what you've done in the past. You know what your offers are. You know how much you're growing month over month. If you take the time, you can pretty closely predict how much revenue you'll make. But also, side note, a profit plan is never a set it and forget it document. Okay, more on that in another video. Let's talk about how we can combine our profit plan with the Profit First strategy to end our financial troubles, right? Step 1, create that profit plan. Next, it's critical to determine what portion of your revenue you're allocating towards your operating expenses, to paying yourself, to saving for taxes, setting aside for a bonus. Knowing these percentages is key. And honestly, if you get even more granular, these percentages might change based on the season or the quarter. But that's more advanced. Let's just start in basics. we need to determine what percentage of our revenue we're allocating towards operating expense, paying ourselves, saving for Uncle Sam, and setting aside for profit, also known as a bonus. Now, before you tell me you're bad at math, let me explain how easy it is to do this. All you have to do is add up that specific category for a period of time. So for example, your operating expense, add up, bonus, tip, use a spreadsheet, it'll do the math for you. But all you have to do is add up how much you're allocating towards operating expenses, divide that by the amount of revenue you have predicted, and that multiply it by 100, and that is going to give you your percentage. So step 1, plan for profit. Estimate your revenue, then allocate that revenue into your key buckets: paying yourself, saving for taxes, a bonus, in your operating expense. Step 2, determine what percentage you allocated to those buckets. How much of your revenue are you going to be paying yourself? What percentage of that is it? Now, if that's still too much math for you, I want you to use our CEO profit planning template. Spoiler alert, I'm going to share more about it at the end of the video. And no, you don't have to buy ours. You can absolutely recreate it. But if you want one already done, just stay tuned to the end and I'm going to show you a deep dive into it. Okay, step 3 is we're going to start implementing that profit first strategy. And the first thing you're going to do for the profit first strategy is you are going to get the 5 bank accounts needed to run your business off of. Yes, 5 bank accounts. And no, I don't want you to pay for them. Okay, that's step 3. The next step, the 4th step, is on the same cadence every single month, whether it's every week, twice a month, as the book suggests, or if it's once a month, whatever your business needs, you're going to take your percentage that you've already figured out in step 2, and you're going to move the money into these bank accounts, just as it describes in the book. And I can go much more in depth. Comment down below if you want more information on how to actually implement profit first. But I want you to realize if you don't do steps 1 and steps 2, having more bank accounts is not going to save you. The critical component of this is planning for profit. Having bank accounts is not going to help you. Moving money will not help you if you do not have an allocation for your funds. And the last part of all of this is you have to evaluate often. You have to determine if your spending is aligning with your goals. You have to determine if this spending is working for you. Plus, when you evaluate, it's the easiest way to know if you should be getting a raise. And let's be real, we all want a raise. We do this monthly on our budget to actual tab of our profit strategy. You can do it weekly, monthly, whenever you want, but the key thing is you must evaluate. You must evaluate what you've done versus the plan and adjust as necessary. Otherwise, you're going to be 12 months down the road and not any closer to where you want to go. So real quick, the key to ending your financial woes is not implementing the profit first strategy. Rather, it's implementing profit planning strategy in conjunction with profit first. And profit first is just a catch title for a cash management system. And we do that in 4 steps. 1, you create your profit plan. Some people call it a spending plan. Some people call it a budget. Step 2, determine what portion of your revenue is being allocated towards operating expenses, paying yourselves, as well as saving for taxes and creating a budget. Step 3 is when you're going to go and get your bank accounts. And at a minimum, you're going to need 5. And then lastly, step 4, you're going to move money. You're going to move money based on the percentage you determined in step 2 into the bank accounts. In our business, we do this monthly. We have some clients who do it twice a month. We have other clients where we do it every week. It doesn't matter the frequency. It's just that you do the exact same frequency every single month. And then lastly, evaluate. Evaluate often. Compare what you planned to what you actually did. I am excited to give you a quick spin around our CEO dashboard. This is just a sample company with made up numbers. On tab 2, this is where the magic happens. This is where you are going to predict your revenue. We really recommend a 12-month prediction. Down here is where you implement all your COGS, all your costs, which brings you to your real revenue. If these are new terms for you and you're not in a position where you want to invest into the full-on course, we do offer all of these terms as well as a really detailed summary and like easy to use information in our guidebook. So just let us know if you'd like to see that. The next part of this is after you predict your revenue, you put in your COGS. If you have them, they could also be cost of services. Come down here is where you are going to put in your percentages. Over here on the right hand side, we do not put them in over here. Your percentages will automatically pull them, and they will determine what your pay is, your profit, your tax based on percentage, which comes from your real revenue. Scrolling on down, you are going to input your fixed cost versus your variable cost. If you have any debt payments, those will go down here. And these results get summarized in a beautiful dashboard. You are going to see a budgeted column here in light pink. Actual is green. These actual numbers are being pulled from here. This is the key part of your profit planning, and where this template comes in so helpful is you go in and put in your actual numbers. Why? Because if you don't compare your actual to your budget, it is so easy to be like 6, 7, 8 months and you're so far off track because you never took a chance to look. So inputting your actual numbers in here will take you less than 5 minutes. We do it for dozens upon dozens of clients, so I know it does not take a lot of time, but it is a crucial step. Once again, up here, your revenue, your cost of goods, cost of services, your owner's pay, profit, and tax are automatically determined over here based on the percentage you put in. Coming down, you're going to look at your fixed costs for your variable. If you have any debt payments, and it's going to tell you how much money you have left over at the end of the month after you pay all of those expenses. And then the last part of this is, once again, your dashboard, where you can see how much revenue you've made, how much you've paid yourself, your total owner's distribution, as well as your expenses, and if that's up or down based on what you have planned on. So that is a super quick glance into our CEO dashboard that we utilize for all of our clients to ensure that they are not just running a business, but running a profitable business. That's all I have for you today, friend. We put out new videos weekly, so if you found this info helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out these related videos on the screen so you can watch your profit grow. After all, why own a business if you're not going to profit? It just doesn't make sense. Cheers to profit.